Hey guys, it's Lock Sister, and I'm back after I don't know how many years. The last video I made on here, I said that I was going to be on here more often, but it didn't quite work out that way because life. So, I'm now 64 years old. I'm retired, and I must admit that I'm happier than I've been in a long time. Since I've been gone, I've become a grandmother. I think the last time I was making my videos, I probably had my empty nest, but now I've got a household of 5 because my daughter, my granddaughters, and their father are all living with me. So, yeah, there's that. Um, I mentioned earlier that I'm retired, and it wasn't totally my choice to retire when I did, but I wound up retiring on disability. And the thing is that I was missing so much work that it became a problem. At first, I had a manager who really understood, and so he would let me work from home whenever I was able to work, but not able to come into the office. But then he retired, and the new supervisor wasn't that keen on work from home, so she gave me a lot of problems. And it got to the point where it was making me even sicker, having to deal with her and the, what do you call it? The pressure that she was putting me under, I guess. So I did work with HR to get a disability retirement, and it was a full 2 years before I had really planned to retire. So I didn't have my retirement funds in place the way that I had planned to, because those last 2 years I was going to like really push to make sure that I had enough money to retire comfortably. So anyway, since she wasn't even willing to give the reasonable accommodations that are required by law, and I didn't have the energy at that point to fight it, I just went ahead and retired. And that's been 5 years now. Things were difficult at first because when you take a disability retirement as a federal employee, you have to first take 6 months of leave without pay. So I had to go 6 months of receiving nothing. But then after that time, they gave me back pay for the whole 6 months. Still, I continued like that for a while until I turned 62. And at age 62, the disability retirement reduces substantially because they know that by that time you're able to claim Social Security if you so desire. And since I couldn't actually live on that amount of money, it was covering my bills, but absolutely nothing else, like no food or anything. So I did take Social Security at age 62. And so that made me able to live well again. And even with that, after a while, I started to feel better. And so I'd go back to work again, not the same place, but for an accounting firm, a very small one. And I did that for a while until I started to get sick again. So I told her I was going to leave. And I just went back home to take care of myself. I needed to have all that time to go to all my doctor's appointments, do all my treatments, and everything that I needed to do to get myself back on track again. So I did that, and I continued living on my pension and my Social Security, because my pension then had converted to a regular pension from a disability pension. then after a while, I said, I could probably do some work from home so I can get some extras, you know. It's nice to have your bills covered and know that you can eat, and, you know that I can get my granddaughters things every now and then, but it's better when you have some money that you can just play with. So I decided that I was going to find some work from home, which I did, and I do that now. But I put in very few hours, but I have the ability to work as many hours as, well, not as many hours as I want to, because we're limited to 9 hours a day. I work a lot less than that, and I don't even work every day. It's flexible enough so that you choose when you want to work, and you choose how long you want to work that day. So that's where I have been, and I hope to catch up with all of you. I know there's a lot more to tell you, but I don't want to say everything, try to squeeze everything into one video. But I would like to continue to talk about life over 60 and how it can be so much better than you might even have imagined. A lot of people think of it as just slowing down, and if that's what you want to do, you have that ability, you have that freedom, but you don't have to. It can give you that free time that you never had to pursue things that you wanted to pursue before. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of that, because I really haven't been doing that much. I had a friend that I was taking care of for the past 2 years, so that was taking up my time. But he passed away now, and so that leaves me with a lot more free time, and I'm going to see what I can do with that time. And I would like for you to join me on this journey, and we can share ideas and exchange stories about how we're living well after 60. Thanks. Bye.